Hey, good morning, all you friends and family members. This is Richard Wallace Jr., Reformers Unanimous Chapter Director number 520, based out of Flower Mound, Texas. And what a beautiful Friday God's given us. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait until 7 o'clock tonight when we meet right back here in Flower Mound for another installment of Reformers Unanimous. The Lord's brought a couple of new folks back into our group or into our group, and several of our students who have been away for a while are intending to be back with us. So I'm looking forward to seeing what God's going to do in our place today. Wherever you're at, if you would please, I just want to try to help some folks this morning. I want to try to encourage those that are addicted. I want to encourage, though, mostly with the thrust of the message, the loved ones, the friends, the family members of those of the addicted. And it's such a forgotten group, really. You know, statistics tell us that 25 million Americans are directly affected by addiction. For every one person, statistics will tell us, for every one person that's affected by addiction, they directly impact the lives of 4 other folks. So that means 100 million folks are suffering from the effects and from the fallout, if you will, of addiction. And so I want to try to help us just a little bit this morning. And if you would, please, we'll get our launching from Proverbs in chapter number 17. Proverbs chapter number 17, verse 17 says this: "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." A friend loveth at all times. A brother is born for adversity. And may I submit to you that, you know, there's not a lot of love that's necessary. There's not a lot of friendship that's required to love somebody who reciprocates your love. There's not a lot of love necessary for somebody that just matches the way in which you have ironed out for your friendships to go. There's not a lot of friendship necessary for somebody that just falls in line with who you are and what you're looking for in a friend. Oh, but you see, the greatest example for how that you and I are to live our lives and for how you and I are to treat people and to treat one another is Jesus Christ. And may I submit to you that when Jesus Christ was buffeted, when Jesus Christ was scorned, when he was forsaken, and all of his friends and the men that he had poured his life into turned tail and run, still Jesus loved them, and still he was a friend. You see, he was a brother. Remember that one of the great attributes of Jesus Christ is that he is our friend that sticks closer than a brother. You see, Jesus and his friendship and the relationships that you and I can develop with him, they're developed and designed and built for adversity. You see, it's Jesus Christ who walks hand in hand with us. You see, it's the Holy Spirit of God that empowers and indwells us for very adversity, so that when you and I are matched with adversity, or when we slip back or slide back into addiction, Jesus is always there. So oftentimes, friends and loved ones, so-called friends and so-called loved ones, run out when the going gets tough. When addiction is uncovered, it's so much easier for us to turn tail and run and say, "Hey, look, when you get your act right, I'll be waiting for you." No, what the addict needs today is somebody that'll come up alongside them and say, "I love you, and my friendship and my brotherhood is born for adversity. I'm going to walk with you through this trial. I'm going to walk with you through this struggle. I'm going to see you come out as gold shining on the other side." Why? Because that's what love is, my friend. That's what compassion is, my friend, is loving when those that we love are unlovable. And isn't that what we talked about yesterday? That we saw about God, that he so loved us when we were unlovely. And I would just ask you to use your reason and use the human logic that God's given you. And let me ask you a question. If God loved you the way that you love those that you know that are in addiction, would you be on your way to heaven? I love you all, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait until 7 o'clock to see each and every one.